everyone. Right, I got this a long time ago. It's metal, little girl praying, but I absolutely love it. And unfortunately for me, because it's like a soft metal, when I was taking it off of a plaque, because that's where I got it from the car boot, on a plaque, I accidentally snapped the neck. So what I've done, I've used the super glue, not super glue, the glossy accents, and I've glued it back together, and it seems to be okay. But I'm not going to risk I'm not going to risk pressing that into the amazing mould putty. I'm going to make myself a cast, a mould. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this and press that onto that, and hopefully it will work. And I have, by if you see, cleaned my hands. They were filthy. It was all paint and glued together, so it was awkward. And anybody who wants to know how to get it off your hands, use a pumice stone with soap. That's all you need. Anyway, with this stuff, now you get this from America, and you have to use the same amount of putty from both pots. So I'm just going to mould this in my hands, and hopefully get the same amount from this one as well. It has to be equal parts, you see. Not quite. I'm actually going to do some more, I think, of that as well as that. You know, you do have to have it the same. And I think it's Michael's or Joanne's you get this from. I'm not sure which. I think it's Michael's. But it's about $20 for that too. If you don't get it, sorry, if you don't have a coupon to have it off, it's about $20. Right, they look roughly the same. And hopefully I'm going to have enough to do this. So all you do, put them together and then you mix them. And you've got about 10 minutes to mix and mould it together. And it goes like a very light yellow. Just give it a really good mix before it starts to harden. Like that. That's all I do. And it mixes it pretty well. Just curl it in like that. And I think that'll do. And then what I'm going to do, hopefully, is to be able to put this on here and make a cast. And you know me, I'll probably get it all wrong. I don't know, I don't want the neck to break, that's the point. I will try it this way first and see if I can even that out. No, it's cracked, you see, that's cracked, so, but it's made the mould for me. Let me just take some of this off and mix it around there. And get that pressed in. It did break, but I will just glue that back together. I only need the cast for this. Let me take it off the board a minute. Must make sure I've got that as I need it. Pushing it in underneath because there was some, you know, gaps underneath that I want to make sure is filled in. Excuse me. Just want to make sure when I go to redo it, it's actually done quite well. So hopefully I've managed to gain all the excess bits underneath. You know, grab those. As long as the underneath, when I flip it over, and and take it out, as long as it's got all the bits in the face features and things like that, that'll be fine. But yeah, so I did accidentally snap that again, but that doesn't matter. Now just leave that to one side to set. Trying to push it into all the nooks and crannies, and hopefully the majority of that is fine. So I will come back, well, we'll show you that in a minute. Now, what I was going to show you, I need to get some thread, because I don't have any long enough. But I managed to do this. Now, we used to make these when I was a kid. We used to crochet a little dish, pop a pearl in it, well, pop a wooden bead we did, and then crochet the top on it, and then we used them as charms. Now, I've done this with wool to remind myself how to do it, but you do need like the thin crochet thread, and then they look nicer. And we used to do them with silver, you know, like a silver and black thread, and we used to hang them on the Christmas tree for baubles, because you used to get wooden beads, and you could get really big, like wooden, well, just wooden beads. The way you could get them in any size. But we also used to do it, and you know, oh, what do they call them now? Polystyrene, you know, the polystyrene balls. You can paint those, you can put a picture on them, you can do whatever you want, and then you can do the same thing and make a bigger one. But that's how we used to do our Christmas decorations. So just ignore the fact that it's cream, ignore the fact that it's too thick, the wool, but I'm just showing you that's how we used to do them. And when I'm sending off for some thread, and when it comes I will come back and show you how to do that, because that was a slightly bigger one. I tried it with that first. But you do need the really big ones. Now, I was just going to... I've got these as well that I'm going to make a mould with. Now, I think, if I'm not mistaken, these were a gift to the girls. But I said to the girls, do you want me to make some? And they said, yes, please, Nana. So, I'm going to make a mould out of, you know, for the face. So that was the next thing on my list. Hopefully we'll take enough out. Yeah, that and this should be enough, I think. Oh, not quite. Yeah, that's about right. And then what we do, just like I said before, you mould those bits together. Make sure you can see what I'm doing. It just goes like a paler yellow basically. But you have about 10-15 minutes to work with it before it will harden. And then basically with this one, I'll pop it on there for now. With this one, I can just press that face in, and we don't need to buy these anymore then, because we'll have them to use. And that's it, you just leave that like that, and you've got a mould of a head. You can do this with absolutely anything. Let me see. Here's a charm. I'm going to do it with. It's great to do it with charms. I've got a skull charm here. So I'm going to do the same thing again with the skull. Like that. Maybe I don't need as much as that. Yeah, that's about right. like that. And of course it's going to have holes in it, but I'm not bothered. Like that. And we just leave that to set. And then I've always got that charm as well that I can use. I'm not sure if that will work. It should work. There's a little, like a house thing. Like a castle. Maybe a bit more of that. Yeah, that's about right. And just do that. I just like the castle. And you just do that and press that in. And to be honest, the deeper you can press that, the better the depth you're going to get. So we'll just leave that in. Let's just see how this is going. Oops. Need to lift that off if I can. Yeah. Should have done it on non-stick paper, but it's coming off. It's fine. See, I broke the head, but that's fine. That's no problem. And there, I've got a cast for that, so I'm absolutely thrilled. Yeah, that's great. Now I've got a cast and I can make that. And I'll have to glue her head back on, unfortunately. But it came off when I was doing the taking it off the plaque. But that's not a problem. I can go back and do that. At least it worked. And trim all these edges off that's hanging over. That's nothing. Yeah, brilliant. Got a nice face in there. Excellent. I'm going to do that. I think I might do it now actually. Let's have a look. Let me just clear these bits away. Oh, get a bigger bag instead of messing about. But it's great, is that putty, because you can do all sorts. Oh, there's some bat wings. Let's have a look. I'm going to do the bat wings as well, because I'm always looking for small bats and can't find them. So now I've got some, and I'll do that. Let's have a look. Pop that in there. Put that one to one side a minute. And let's do the bat wings. There we go. It's about the same. There we go. Put that on there. Take the bat wings. Just make sure I can get it level. Like that. And like I said, the further you press it down, the better the, although you don't do it to the bottom, you get a nice deep bat, not just the charm itself. So we'll just pop that to one side. And like I said, we're just going to try this one out and see what happens. So I've now got my clay. And I use this one, it's Daz. Or Daz. Daz. I think that's how they say it. And it's air drying clay, so it doesn't need to go in the oven. And it's quite nice to play with. That means I'll be washing my hand again. So just give it a good mix. Excuse me. I hope you're seeing this. Oops a daisy. Let me just sort that out, because that, I'm just going to do it before it goes off. It didn't set right, the bat. So there is it. Come on, lassie. Right, it will have done now. Right, so all I'm going to do is, like, you've got to get it in the nooks and crannies, basically. So I'm just going to press this into the mould. Oops. Oh, the face is coming out all right. So just press that down into the mould. Makes it sure it goes into all those nooks and crannies. Like that, and then you can just smooth all of that out. And pop a little bit more into the top, into the head section. And then what I generally do with mine, just to get that bit of pressure in, is to put the ruler or a flat end that really helps it get into the nooks and crannies. And then just peel that back. And there you go. I can trim all of that off later. Isn't that lovely? Hope you can see that. That's a nice mould. I like that. And I do have some moulding tools if things are not quite as you want them. Like I've got a little spatula thing here. I'm not quite happy with the eye bit, but that's fine. We can paint our eye in then. Put that back in. And that just looks like she's sleeping. That's brill. Love that. Yeah. Quite happy with that. Anything that's not quite right, you just smooth it out with a tool or your finger. Well, that'll be great when it's painted. yeah, quite happy. Got the little plait and the bow in the hair. And all I do, when it's dry, just cut it off. So, I'm just going to lay that on there. Like that. Let me just put a tiny wee bit in the eye. Whoops, the daisy, where's it gone? Just in the eye. I'm going to just smooth that out, just to fill the eye a bit. Just take some of that off. And that's great, with these tools you can do that sort of thing. Yeah. Better. You can paint our eyelid on when we do it. Pop that back in, the self-sealing bags. Now, let's have a look at this. This should be ready. Yeah. There we go. Nice impression of the face. Then we've got the... That's going to be fantastic. Great. The house. A haunted house. Brilliant. Good detail on that. Fantastic. And the bat. Brilliant. Yeah. So right now, I'm going to be making some of those as well. I'll get that out again, I might as well. All you do is just soften it up in your fingers and then push it in to where the nooks and crannies is going to be. There, perfect. Just perfect. I'm going to do a couple of those, I think. So I need that to go into there. And that's that. And they're as quick as that once your mould's made. And you just trim around the edges when your piece has dried. Brilliant. So that's that. Again, we'll do one for the bird, for the bats. Great. That's got the bat done. Make a couple of those while we're doing them. There we go. That's great. Not very deep, but I can always do that one again. And as for the face, where's the face? Here we are. Just grab a bit more. Okay, so just going to push that in. Because it's a wider area, I'm just going to press that down. I don't worry about any of the excess because that'll just... Brilliant. Yeah, great. That's made a nice impression. I just trim that round when I'm ready and file that down. I'm not sure if these scissors will do the... No, they won't. You can cut it. and then basically pull it underneath, reshape that. If you've got a tool, you can use that. That's it. Take the shape back in. There you go, and you've got a perfectly good face that I can use. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to attempt to do this one, because I didn't realise how it's got that. So, what I'm going to do is to open that first, and push that in. Take some of the clay, and actually push that on top. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Look at that. Fabulous. That has come out brilliant. Great. So I know that works. So we've got the houses, the bats, the little girl and the head. Yeah. Great. They've all worked. I'm chuffed to death with them. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Speak to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye for now.